Hey, this is Andrew Brown. In this video, I want to take a look at Amazon RDS or AWS RDS. Can't remember what they decide which is the proper name these days. But what we'll do is see if we can use PG Vector because it can be utilized as a vector store database. So let's go ahead and try to configure it. We're not going to do a full reg here, but we're just going to do the bare minimum of installing PG Vector so you have a bit of an idea how that would work. So while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I don't know if we even need to spin up Jupyter Lab for this, as we are just going to be working directly with SQL. But let's go ahead and launch RDS. So we'll go over to here. And again, if you're worried about spend, just don't launch anything. You just watch me do it. We'll go ahead and create a new database. It shouldn't cost a lot, to be honest. We have Aurora, which, by the way, is expensive. So I do not want to do that here today. What I want to choose is Postgres. We're doing the standard create, so I'm going to be very careful in choosing all my options. We'll use the latest version that they suggest here. We don't need extended support. That's for older versions. We want to go basically free tier here. This is database 1, Postgres. The password is going to be capital T, testing 1. I always do testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with capital T, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exclamation mark. And so it should be happy with that. Capital T, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exclamation mark. So this one says, yeah, we're self-managing it. The username is Postgres. So Postgres, capital T, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our database instance is database 1. We're also going to want to name the database. So it's using a T4G micro. So I remember when these used to be T2s. Now we're T4G, but T4G is very optimal. Hopefully the G, which means that it's ARM-based, will take the PG vector extension. I'm sure it will. Let's go to advanced settings here. Nothing important here. What I'm looking for, I don't need auto scaling. Let's turn that off. What I'm looking for here, we'll launch in our default VPC. After database create, you can't choose a VPC. That's totally fine. And I'm in North Virginia. A lot of times I do say Central 1, but for all this AI stuff, I try to stay in East 1. I'm going to set the public access to true. I just want my life to be really easy here. We're going to stick with the default VPC for now. We don't need RDS proxy. But what I'm looking for is the database name. So normally you'd set that somewhere here. I'll keep looking for it. We don't need performance insights. I don't want performance insights. I'll turn that off. Initial stuff. And I'm going to just call this vector. Okay. So our database is going to be called, or just say vector DB. And so we need to remember that our database name is vector DB. I'm going to write that off screen. Write it down because I'm going to forget it. And then our password's capital T, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our username, exclamation mark. And our username is Postgres, okay? So that is our information. It doesn't like the hyphen there, so it'll just be vector DB. All right, so I've just written it off here, off screen like this, in a Google box. We don't need backups. We're not keeping this around for very long. Yeah, that's fine. No preference here. We don't want delete protection. $13 a month. If you're in the free tier, you can take advantage of that. I'm totally out of it, so I do not get it. And so we're going to spin this up and be back in a moment and figure out how to turn on that PG store option, okay? Or PG vector option, yeah, extension. All right, our database is running. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with it. So there are ways that we can manage configurations here. I don't think they would show extensions. This is usually under the parameter group. So we go over to here. We have all these options of things, but I mean, this doesn't really indicate what extensions are there, at least as far as I'm aware of. So again, I'm just going to peek around here. So we have. So yeah, I think parameter groups are literally just for saying what options are configured, but not necessarily for extensions. So let's go ahead and connect to this database. So there is the query editor, and currently only works with Aurora Serverless, so yeah, that's no good for us. But we'll have to connect to this database somehow. We did make it public only, so that's going to make our life a lot easier. There's a lot of tools out there that we can utilize. I'd like to use Table Plus, so I'm going to go ahead and grab Table Plus here. Okay. And so I have some remote connections here. I'm not sure what those are for, so I'm going to ignore them. We're going to go ahead and create a new Postgres connection. This is free software. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say 100% free, but they have a free tier for this product. So, you know, you could use this, or DB Beaver. That's another one you can use. It's totally free. DB Beaver. There's probably ones that are integrated right into what do you call it, VS Code, but I like to use these standalone ones here. And so this is just going to be my vector database. What did we call that database? It was called VectorDB. So that was the name of the database. We have here the password, which is testing. The username is Postgres. Then we need the host. So the host here is going to be, if we go over to here into our database, it's this endpoint here. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And we'll paste that in right here. The port is usually 5432. I believe that's what it is for Postgres, but I'm going to double check because over time you just start to forget things. And this is, development. These labels don't really matter, but we're just putting them in here anyway. And so I think that's all we need. So I'll go ahead and hit test. And no encryption. So this is normally not a problem I have, but this is the username. Maybe the issue is that it needs to be, no, there doesn't need to be a protocol in front of there. Do I have anything trailing there? No. 5432, that's good. Password is, I'm going to type it in manually. So capital T, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exclamation mark, because I don't always trust it. And if we can't get in there, let's just try to get with without the VectorDB in here. We still can't get in here. I'm going to type this in manually as well, just because sometimes when you copy paste, it could end up with some blanks on the end there. And so I'm just, again, being very careful. Test. There we go. So yeah, I'm copying and pasting. So just don't trust your copy paste. Write them in manually. We're going to go ahead and save that so I don't have to worry about the connection. I'm going to go over here and it's this one. So I'm going to double click it and let's see what we can do. So now I did go and get some help from ChatGPT. I'm sure we could have figured it out by ourselves, but it's nice when it gives us examples that we can work with. Use Sonnet or whatever you like for your generative stuff. But over here, I just said like, hey, I want to set up this. And so when you set up extensions, they always look like this. Or no, sorry, not like this, but like this, right? But apparently we can query and see what available extensions there are. I didn't even know there was a query. And so we'll run this. And this is by the name. If we took this out, we could see probably all extensions. Okay, so these are all the ones that are available to you that are already pre-installed. They're not pre-installed, but are available for installation or to turn on. But we'll go back over to here and we'll take a look and see what we have. And so we have version 070. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what they have. So if we want to enable it, we're going to have to use this create extension. And by the way, I realize that some of you might not have this here. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to our repo. And I'm just going to make life a lot easier so you can copy and paste these commands. And so I'm going to go to AWS examples. We'll hit period here. And even though this is not really a Bedrock thing, I'm going to put it under Bedrock because this is where you might integrate with it. And so here I'm going to go to, I guess it's more of a Postgres thing or RDS thing. You know what? I'm going to put it under RDS. I've changed my mind. It's going under RDS. If I can find RDS here, RDS. Do we really not have anything for RDS? Really? Oh no, maybe it's farther down. RDS, here it is. And so I'm going to go make a new folder here. This is going to be PG Vector. And I'm just storing in here a text file. This will just be readme.md. And so this will just be the stuff that we've been utilizing here. So the first command was this, right? And then the next one here, whoops, we'll go to the end here. We got to get that semicolon on there. It's going to be SQL. And so I'm just going to keep placing this in here as we work. So the next command is to create the extension. So this is what we're doing. So we're going to enable, it will enable us to be able to use vector, okay? Or PG vector. So we'll go back over to, again, I'm using table plus, use whatever you want. I'm going to hit run. And so now it's created that extension. So now what we can do is utilize it. And they're suggesting that we do this \dx. This is not something that you'd run into here. We'll try here. I don't think you can run into here. This is what you do from the command prompt. So we're not connected that way to be able to check. So this is not going to work. We'd have to use the CLI to connect, but I'm assuming DX would be like show extensions that are enabled, right? That's probably what this is. So I'm not really that concerned about us being able to do that. But let's continue on and see what else there is. So the next thing is create a table. So we'll go ahead and we can see now we have this data type here. I'm sorry that it's small. Can I make it bigger? I can. That's nice. So we're going to create a table called items, and it's going to have an embedding. That's the name of the field with a vector of dimensions of 3. We're going to see this dimensions quite a bit here. We're going to go ahead and run that. So that created no problem. So go down to the next line. And yes, you can make tutorials here on ChatGPT for you to follow, but if you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't really help you. So that's why I'm here, right? To provide that professional confidence as we work through this. So, we did that. So next thing they're suggesting is for us to insert the data. So this is going to be our next step. Okay. So let's grab this here. And since it's a dimensions of 3, I'm going to assume that's why there are 3 values here, right? Okay, so that is now inserted. And now we want to fetch all items. To take a look here, that's pretty easy. Run that. And so we have our data. Again, providing this to you so you can go just grab it out of here. What is our next step? So, we want to have a means to search vector data. And so now you're seeing these things like nearest neighbor search. Remember we saw this earlier? And so this is a simple means of searching. Nothing too complicated. Run current. And so here it's returning the distance of this, right? So we're saying, can you get the distance of the nearest neighbor? And how far away is it? And it's ordering it, so it's showing us who is closest to us, right? Now, again, we're not using any embeddings yet. That's where we would turn something into vectorized data, like text into vectorized data. But it's not super important at this stage here. Again, just trying to show you how you'd install that, what it would look like, a simple query. This will just be nearest neighbor search here. But yeah, pretty darn straightforward. So we'll go ahead and just save this. So vector, PG vector example code. And so we achieve what we want to achieve here. I'm just going to close out. I'm trying to drag it back onto screen here. But I'm going to go ahead and just close out Table Plus. Okay. And this is all saved, so I can close that out. And now I just need to spin down my database. We are done with it. Let's go ahead and say destroy, 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 destroy. Where are you, destroy? Delete. There it is. And I do not want a snapshot. We'll go ahead and hit delete, or type in delete to delete. Delete me. No, if I copy it, delete me. I acknowledge. Just keep changing that UI on us. Okay, so that is now deleting. So we're going to wait for that. Well, we don't really have to wait for it, but it is going to be deleting. Just checking if I have any notebooks that are sticking around here from before. Nope. So yeah, we're done, and there you go.